Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you for being here with us or watching along on this exciting day as we celebrate the achievements of Pembroke's own Madeleine Kelly. Before we begin today, I would like to acknowledge that today's ceremony is taking place on the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin people overlooking the beautiful Kitchissippi, and the city of Pembroke continues to strive towards restoring justice for the original inhabitants and keepers of this great land. Thank you. Today, we're all here to celebrate Madeleine Kelly as she is presented with the key to the city of Pembroke. This honor was last awarded in 2018 to Algonquin College as they marked 50 years of providing higher education, and prior to that was awarded to Sheldon Keefe following the Pembroke Lumber Kings' 2011 National Championship victory. And today, we celebrate, recognize, and honor Madeleine. Today, you will hear from some of the important people throughout her journey here before Mayor LeMay presents her with the key to the city of Pembroke. So without further ado, I'm going to pass things on to the rest of these people. So please welcome one of Madeleine's former coaches with Les Coureurs de Bois, Rick Schroeder.
I'll be honest, I wasn't sure when I started the club there about 12 years ago that I'd be standing on a stage and talking about an Olympian that ran through our club, so I'm very excited for that. Thank you, Madeleine. Good job. Running coaches love to quote athletes and other coaches, so I think you'll see a theme between myself and Mr. Childerhouse that we will be quoting athletes. The legendary wide receiver of San Francisco 49ers, Jerry Rice, once said, "I do today what other people won't, so tomorrow I can do what other people can't." And that's a saying that Maddie lives her life by, and I think it's an amazing thing to do. I try and teach kids that, and it's a wonderful thing. I remember Maddie at one of her first practices. She was in grade 7 or 8, not sure which grade, it was so long ago. It was 8 a.m. in the morning at the Petawawa Terrace Park, and this young lady came jogging up, and she was very tiny, very petite, but she had really big hair. It was amazing to watch her run. It's like, you're thinking, she's going to fall down. She's going to fall down. But she could run like the wind. Her uplifting spirit, as soon as she came in for practice, would raise everybody up. It was fantastic. And everyone, young and old, were always raised to greater heights around her. She talked with everyone all the time. So anytime she was training, there was always some chatter going on, which distracts you from the pain, right? She rarely could train with a cohort because she was so fast, so she always had to train with older kids or sometimes with the boys. And a lot of athletes that would bother, but it didn't bother Maddie. It was just more people to talk to and to learn from and become friends. She was really great for that. She competed in her track events, but she also played in soccer and in cross-country in the fall. And in cross-country in the fall, not a lot of other track athletes necessarily like doing that, but Maddie wasn't afraid of a challenge. She always rose up to that challenge, and it really made her a beast of an athlete. Reaching the heights of the world's elite, athletes takes many qualities and factors: genetics, resilience to adversity, with profound amounts of physical and mental stress, which Maddie had to overcome over the years. Maddie's love for the sport has made what many people think of a sacrifice, actually as a choice. A choice to do something she truly loves with people she loves to be around. Everywhere she goes, everyone loves Maddie for her many, many, many qualities. Maddie makes going to practice feel like a big social event, not a chore. It was something that we looked forward to despite the heat, the rain, and the snow. The quality of a champion she brought with her every practice. In high school in northern Renfrew County, we all traveled together to championships after our county meet because we just don't have enough people and to save space and stuff. And the athletes always bunk together, eat together, and hang out races together. They become quite good friends, and Maddie made friends all over Renfrew County. One OFSA trip we went to, we had a grade 10 boys 4x1 relay team. And you have to remember, grade 10 boys, that's what I call the donkey year. They mostly talk about how many slices of pizza are in a 12-slice pizza and who can make the loudest farting noise. So we were coming back from dinner one night, and the team was around us, and I asked, why are we walking back from the restaurant to the residence? Why do we travel 6 hours, stay over 2 to 3 nights in a hotel, and buy all these meals for you guys to do 11 seconds of running? So while I'm waiting for the pizza and farting response, One of the relay boys in grade 10, known more for his volume of speech than for substance, said to me, "Coach, it's not about the 12 seconds on the track. It's about the weeks and the months in training. It's about the experience we're having gained here." And after I started wiping my eyes with tears, I remembered with Maddie, she came to our school to do a little talk, and when she just left for university. And for a high performance sports program, we've had athletes like Melissa Bishop, Jennifer Cotton, who's now married to Damian Warner, the Olympic gold medalist for the decathlon, and Maddie Kelly. And each one of those athletes inspired these kids. They talked about all the great experiences they had going through high school and university and on to bigger things. Melissa even talked about her going to the Pan Am Games and stuff. And then I realized that those athletes are the tip of the spear in terms of inspiring athletes to drive harder from Renfrew County. They prove that you can come from a small county in the middle of nowhere and do something superhuman, spectacular. So I just want Maddie to remember, it's always not about the 2 minutes on the track. It's about the work, the hours, the days, the weeks, the months, the years, the heat, the rain, the cold you have endured. It's about the people you have met, the friends you have made along the way, and the experiences that you have lived. It's about your journey. Maddie enjoys these moments, and remember these people and the friends for the next time you step onto the track to race or to train or to go to work. It's amazing that you have already accomplished what millions of people dream of. You are an Olympian. I want to thank you all for helping honor one of the greatest athletes in Renfrew County history, Maddie Kelly.
Thank you, Rick. Next, we're going to invite up one of Maddie's former coaches at Fellows High School. Please join me in welcoming Pat Schilderhose.
Thank you. First of all, congratulations, Maddie. I haven't had the opportunity to say that. I haven't seen you in probably 8 years, but I can speak for everyone. We're all so happy for you. Congratulations. About 8 years ago, I remember, you probably don't remember the conversation, but just so you know, you do have an impact, or all students have an impact on teachers. We were just outside the Fellows Library, and you said you were going to UOT and you were going to run. And I thought, wow, going post-secondary anywhere to be a student is hard, but to be a student athlete is extraordinary. And well, it worked out all right, I guess. Eh? Yeah. So congratulations. I guess my talk has a theme of it takes a village to raise a child, the African proverb that I borrowed from. In 1992, after winning the gold medal in long jump, I remember Carl Lewis saying he is able to achieve great things because he has a lot of people in his corner. Not unlike Lewis, Maddie is a talented runner that is working extremely hard to achieve great things. And I say working because I'm pretty sure you're not done yet. So keep going. She deserves an enormous amount of credit for working toward her achievements. But I think Maddie would agree she has been wise enough to accept help along the way. Specifically, I think of her parents. You've done an amazing job, and I remember you going to track meets, supporting her, driving all over the province to support her. So that should be commended. I think of Kathy Harold, her running coach at Fellows, and then of course Rick at the club. As teachers who also dedicate time to coaching, we know there are always students walking the halls who have talent whether they know it or not. Maddie obviously fits into the category of student athletes who had the talent and drive to excel at running. So the goal for us is to foster that love of sport and facilitate their training needs. And when we have reached our limit of expertise, we should find more people and resources to help athletes like Maddie continue to improve. I want to stress the love of sport notion, because without that, Maddie would not be where she is today. Perhaps she started to run as a curiosity, but entered competitive track because of the love of sport of running. That love allowed training on an uneven cinder track tolerable, and Fellows had an uneven cinder track when Maddie was there, and she can tell you that. It's much better now. It's a lot better now. It blunt the hurt of making sacrifices to a social life from time to time, which I'm sure you did. and it reduced the pain of some ridiculously difficult workouts. And I'm sure, I remember Maddie's workouts in high school, but I'm sure at Courrier de Bois and U of T, it was even more difficult. You'd probably wonder how they'd even do it voluntarily. It was, I'm sure you guys worked really hard. I know Maddie talks of meeting Melissa Bishop about 10 years ago, and what an inspiration that was. Well, Maddie, guess who has joined Melissa as being an inspiration? Good for you. Not only did you have old people like me arranging golf tee times to make sure to be home to watch the race, you very likely will compel some in the younger generation to take up running or a field event or simply to be more dedicated to any sport that they love. And I think I can safely say your journey provides motivation to all the teacher coaches at Fellows High School, at Highview, and beyond to continue to help student athletes like you. No doubt Maddie has talent, but more importantly, a great work ethic and a great attitude. It's not a stretch to think there are and will be many Pembroke youth just like her. I hope we can support them through any means, financially, facilities, or simply fostering their love of a sport. Then, whether they become Olympians like Maddie or not, they too will have a lot of people in their corner. Congratulations, Maddie.
Thank you, Pat. It's not just coaches here today, though, too. We are happy to have Maddie's parents here with us. So please join me in welcoming Chris and Caroline Kelly.
We've never attended a key to the ceremony or key to the city ceremony. This is our first, so we don't know how to do this, and but we're very pleased to be here. I'm relieved that Caroline and I have our names on the same line on the little program because it means we're standing here together, not one at a time, and it also allows me to say she goes first.
It's hard to believe, but it's nearly 28 years ago that we moved up in a U-Haul van to Pembroke with very few worldly possessions, and we made a home in this community, and neither one of us had family in Eastern Ontario. Chris's family has deep roots to the Ottawa Valley, but we ended up raising 3 children in this community. And we relied on the friendship and love of people around us and the support of a greater community to do that. And we have been so blessed by loyal and caring friends and a wonderful community that has made our family life rich and a real blessing. So we're very grateful to this community for that, and grateful to our friends, our closest friends who are here today. Madeleine has had so many people encourage her along the way. It never ceased to amaze me how people would stop by our office from time to time and they would drop off a photograph or an article, and sometimes I didn't even know these people, and they'd say, I'm a fan of track and I'm following your daughter, and she's really doing well, and we're very proud of her. And those messages would come in all the time, just little bits here and there, and it meant a lot to us, and particularly to Madeleine. And track and field is not a sport that's been front and center in this community. Now, Melissa Bishop changed that, but for a long time we didn't have facilities here, and it was a real struggle to get athletes the opportunities to compete at the highest level. And that has changed, and it has changed in large measure because of the 2 of the gentlemen on this stage who have worked tirelessly coaching kids in our community, getting kids to bigger centers to compete, and campaigning for better facilities. So we really hope that there is a new generation of track and field athletes that comes along and that do great things for themselves personally, form great friendships, and challenge their limits. and do things they didn't really imagine possible. Because track and field truly is the most international sport. It's the most diverse. It's the most inclusive. You truly compete when you watch the Olympic start line with people from all over the globe. Running knows no geographical boundaries, and at the highest levels, it becomes a wonderful opportunity to commune with your neighbors from all over the planet. So we feel very fortunate that from this community, Madeleine has been afforded these amazing opportunities, and we hope many others follow her.
I'm going to say just a very few words about Madeleine, and the obvious disclaimer is I'm highly biased. But I also have the advantage of knowing her very well. And her achievement, of course, is an athletic achievement. It's an extraordinary achievement by any standard. But I think it's important when we're honoring anybody to understand that what lies beneath their achievement is their individual character. And Madeleine has been in our lives for 25 years, and we've hopefully guided her, we've hopefully nurtured her, we've also observed her. And I can say with perfect confidence that Madeleine is an exemplar of work ethic, an exemplar of perseverance, and an exemplar of character. And it's the character that is the foundation. She's a leader in our family. She's a monument of caring. And she's also emotional, as am I. And we love her very much, but we hope that others are inspired not just by the athletic achievement, but by the work ethic, the perseverance, the character, and the caring that she displays.
At this time, I'm going to call on Mayor Mike LeMay.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this exciting day. We are glad that even on certain times, we can have moments like these to come together and to celebrate. Today, I'm excited to be presenting the Key to the City, the highest honor a municipality can bestow. The presentation of the Key to the City can be traced back to medieval times when cities were enclosed by walls and locked gates. In the 1800s, it became customary to give a key to the city as a direct symbol of the city's wish that a guest feel free to come and go at will. Now, the custom is a symbolic gesture to acknowledge distinguished residents, guests, and institutions. Today, I am proud to be presenting this key to Madeleine Kelly. Raised in Pembroke, Madeleine graduated from Fellows High School in 2013. As an alumna of the Coureur de Bois Youth Running Group, her determination and talent have been well known by those in our region for the past decade. Her past teachers, classmates, coaches, teammates, and friends will tell you her athletic ascent felt inevitable due to her incredible combination of work ethic and skill. In 2019, Madeleine shocked the country and won the 800-meter Canadian National Track and Field Championship, proving that she was ready to compete against the best in the world. In 2021, she persevered through a long training and qualifying process through COVID-19 and qualified for participated in the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Her participation in the Olympics inspired not only our community, but all of Canada. Young people in our city will be inspired by your dedication to the sport of track and field. We look forward to cheering you on if you decide to head to Paris in 2024. This city and this community have always been and will always root for you. Congratulations on being a 2020 Tokyo Olympian, and we are very proud of your athletic career and all you have accomplished. I am Pembroke proud to present the key of the city to Madeleine Kelly. Before I hand this to Madeleine, I'll just read the inscription. The key to the city of Pembroke is presented to Madeleine Kelly. This key is presented in recognition of your tremendous athletic accomplishments, including the 2019 National Championship and your participation in the 2020 Summer Olympics. Your dedication and passion have helped you take immense strides, and you continue to make your hometown proud. There you are, Madeleine. Congratulations.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. I know it's a long weekend, and it's nice out. So I haven't actually lived in Pembroke for almost 10 years now, which is kind of wild. But I've made it a point before every nationals since I moved away to come home ahead of the meet. And nationals, you know, for me up until this year was like my biggest stage. And that was a bit of a fight with my coach because there weren't any facilities here and I wouldn't be with him or my teammates. But I said, I feel good when I'm in Pembroke, and it's important that I'm there ahead of my biggest race. And I was in Pembroke the days before I made my first senior final. I was in Pembroke the days before I won in 2019, and I was in Pembroke in the days before I made the Olympics. And even though this hasn't been my permanent address for a long time, it still very much feels like home, and that's due to all of you. So thank you so much for this honor, and thanks for making Pembroke still feel like home.
And